Pammy, you are aware of the a couple of inconsistencies. That's great. So I'm assuming that you're working on those, but I'll just go ahead and mention those and reiterate those anyways. But you did mention those here, so forgive me if I'm being redundant. But I just want to make sure. I want to get these both in the window so that we can comment on both. By the way, thank you very much for including the magazine ad. That's something that I had left as a recommendation in the course announcements, and not all a lot of students missed that. Boy, a lot of students missed that. So thank you very much. I think we got this excellent right where we need it, so we can comment on both. So I think the magazine ad, I think the banner ad is a good adaptation of the magazine ad. Definitely, you just took a part of the image. Honestly, I'll be really super honest with you. I think it would have been a little bit more compelling to include, watch my cursor, on the crop, something like this. Just a little bit of those trees in there, but that would create a problem because there's an umbrella right there, and that might impede. Okay, so I'm starting to see why you left the trees out. I think probably because of that umbrella right there would create some interference in placement. But I definitely think it may have been just a little more interesting to include some of those trees right up in the corner there. At any rate, that's okay. So we've got the distortions in the logo, both in the magazine ad and in the banner ad. So you definitely want to replace those. The banner ad doesn't have the masked image. Now, I recommend changing the masked image. And I had mentioned this in my original critique for the magazine ad, that the reason is it's a cute idea to have the sandals, but right now you can see there's parts of the original background and they're not congruent with the background image here. So I don't think this masked image is working. My recommendation is to find a different masked image. For some great ideas, take a look at the announcements, the examples I placed in the announcements way back during week 2. Other than that, I think the magazine ad is pretty solid. Now, one thing, yeah, magazine ads looking good, looking good. So we jump over to the banner ad, and we can see again, yes, distortion there. And the St. Thomas does jump position, so that got caught up in your timeline somehow. Right now, I think that the headline, that the typography is just enormous in the banner ad. I think we can really calm that down a little bit. Let's do this. Let's reduce the size of the headline, and then reduce the size of the subhead too. Left align those instead of centering that. Let's get those left aligned. Pull this in a little bit. Watch, set your left margin right about there. So left align the headline and subhead, and then left align kids under 12 eat stay free. But reduce the size of that. That should be the smallest type on the page. Think of a newspaper. Headline is the biggest text, subhead is the second biggest, and body copy is the smallest. So I would reduce the size of that type right there. Watch my cursor. Instead of this big, just make it about that big. Okay, so we have headline, subhead, animated text. Then we have don't forget that masked image. Logo is a great placement for the logo, is the lower right-hand corner. St. Thomas VI can be placed right up there. And then the only thing that leaves us with is that masked image. So let's work on replacing the masked image in the magazine ad and placing the masked image in the banner ad. And again, for some great ideas in that regard, be sure to visit the course announcements, specifically way back, I think it was week 2, when I posted all those examples of previous student campaigns. You'll get some great ideas looking at those. All right, so Pammy, that's all I have right now. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. But I would like to see those changes reflected in your final campaign, which is coming up quickly here next week. So if you want to run something by me between now and then, that would be fantastic. I'll be more than glad to make additional comments. All right, great job, Pammy. If you have any questions, of course, please let me know quickly. Thank you very much.